So the most important thing for us was in the past that digitalization and connectivity in the warehouse is not a new topic, right? So we have the digitalization and all that stuff since many years in the warehouse. But the thing was, and here is the big but that we always had in the past, was the connectivity issue, right? So we have a warehouse that's roughly covers 60,000 square feet in LAX, right? And we always had some problems with the connectivity when it comes to roaming in the warehouse, to move from one side of the warehouse to another warehouse, and with the blind spots. What this means for us in our operation, because we're moving a lot of freight in our warehouse in a really short time. So if we're talking, let's say, when a freighter comes in, we have a turnaround time of about 120 minutes to load and unload the freighter, right? And just to give you an example, so how much freight are we talking about? So at 777, so a standard freighter has a capacity on metric tonnage of about 150 tons. So that means we are moving in this 120 minutes close to 300 tons, metric tons maximum in 120 minutes. That means for us, we have a lot of movements in the warehouse. And as you can imagine, so we tried to have connectivity with Wi-Fi since many years. But as you know, when you roam between the Wi-Fi access points, so the problem was, if you roam from one access point to another, you lose connectivity, especially when it comes to our main use case. We're using handheld devices in the warehouse to track the boxes in the warehouse and the freight. So, and they're heavily reliable on our internal applications. And because of the security reason, this connectivity is done via secure channels, and they are very time sensitive. So with that said, is when you have, let's say, a roaming time from more than a few hundred milliseconds, so you lose connectivity and you reestablish the connectivity. But here is the catch: if you use connectivity, you have to re-authenticate, and because if it's a security environment, you have to enter your credentials to get the connectivity back again. Which means when you drive on the forklift from point A to B and you lose connectivity, you have to stop and you have to enter your credentials to get the connectivity to your application back again. And you can imagine this costs a lot of overhead on our end on the processes, right? So, and what private 5G does for us is, with the connectivity over the 60,000 square feet and more with the apron, 100,000 square feet and even more, we have one big cell, right, that covers the whole area. That means there is no roaming between them.